Zoe Wicks, Toomey Schreiber Property Group, bringing to you my end of year financial report. Okay, lots to talk about. Let's get started. So the first thing, year in review, what happened in the last 6 months? So after Easter, the market kicked a gear, which is a normal trend for Cairns. So it was a little bit quieter in the monsoon, and then it picked up after Easter. Our winter, spring, are our busiest peak selling periods, which is particularly spring. So now is a great time to be selling. Average days on market. So January, our average days on market were 12 days. In May, they were about 9 to 10 days. We haven't done June just yet, which we'll do at the start of July, but I'm predicting that it would have dropped again as the days on market the sales have been pretty quick in the last month. So which means the market is still very healthy. Buyers are still buying, and there is definitely a shortage of stock on the market. So highlights and good news. So I sold 229 O'Shea Esplanade Machin Speech for 1.355 million. Now this is the second time I've sold this property. I sold this property in 2016 for 775,000. Another sale, I sold 33 O'Keefe Street, Cairns North for 680,000. So this is the second time I've sold this property also. I sold it in 2017 for 340,000. Now back then, the house was really run down. So the owner who sold it for 680 did extensive renovations. And I managed the cleaners, the removal of furniture, gardeners, pressure cleaners, staining of the decks, property styling. It was a big project, a big deal to get this property ready for sale. We took it to auction. It was passed in, but it sold within 2 hours after auction with conditions. So last weekend, I did an open home at 73 Stratford Parade, Stratford, a 3-bed, 2-bath, 1-car ground floor. And So this one has a 53 square meter courtyard, exclusive courtyard, which is really unique. So I had 17 buyers through and 5 offers this week. It's now under contract over asking price. So on this property, I made a number of recommendations to the seller also prior to marketing, such as red wood chips in the gardens, pressure cleaning, changing light globes, resealing the main bathroom, replacing the bathroom vanity, and replacing the kitchen front cupboards, which unfortunately didn't get done in time for the first open home, and it's getting done now, but it was not an issue. 14 Sill Street, Edmonton also had the first open home last Saturday. So I also recommended to the owner to do some painting, pressure cleaning, and property styling, and the property also is now under contract. So the biggest return on investments when you're selling a property and preparing for sale is pressure cleaning, painting, decluttering, depersonalizing, gardening, property styling, and bright light white globes. I love this. So, and cleaning. Oh, I've mentioned cleaning. Oh, pressure cleaning, yeah. Clean. Now, predictions. Ground floor units are in huge demand, or small villas that, are on the ground, one level, duplexes, no stairs. We have an aging population and there is such a huge demand out there, and I would love to help these buyers, but I just simply can't. There is so many people wanting ground floor, not only for the aging population, but also because people have pets and they want that, pet-friendly environment. So if you've got a ground floor unit or a villa or duplex, now is a great time to be selling that property. I'd love to help you out. Now, next one, it's still a bit hard and expensive and sometimes stressful to get renovations, improvements done on properties. Buyers prefer the work done, or minimal work. So if you can do the work yourself, it's best to do this to maximize your sale price, especially if you're handy or you've got a trade. Get in there, get the work done. It'll be definitely worth your time and energy. So the market will continue to be healthy, especially for properties in the affordable price range. So houses in that 400 to 600,000 price range, and for units up to around 450 or thereabouts, I feel will continue to perform well if they have reasonable body corporate fees. Lifestyle properties will also continue to perform well. Properties with ocean views, green nature aspects, and large lifestyle blocks. People are still wanting lifestyle properties. So recommendations from conversations I've had over the last month. If you can afford to buy now, buy. If you wait longer, when there's 2 or 3 more interest rate rises, you may be pushed down into a different bracket, a different affordability, and you may have to buy for a property that you settle for, not that you particularly want. I feel this is the new norm for prices. I don't feel prices are going to drop. I think it'll just stabilize. The cost of living, the cost of groceries, I don't see changing. The cost of groceries, this is the new norm. And I feel this is the same with houses. This is the new norm. If you own a property, yes, you can get a rental property. You're not a bad tenant because you don't have a rental history. You are not a liability or a high-risk tenant. It's quite the opposite. So if you're thinking about selling but you're worried you won't get a rental property, you will get a rental property. Also, the days on market for rental properties have increased to about 7 to 14 days, which is much better than this time last year. So you will be able to get a rental property, but you have to be proactive. All you need to do is attach your rates notice to your application form to show that you've got that you own the property and you're responsible. That's basically, it's very simple. Okay. And also, yes, put your sales agent down as your rental reference, because there's looking at your property, they're walking through it, they're showing buyers through, they'll be able to vouch for you. This is what I've done many times for sellers who are selling and having to rent because they're needing time to purchase or doing other things, other plans. Capital gains tax. So on a sale of a property, it is determined from the contract date. What is the contract date? The contract date is the date that all parties sign the contract and the agent dates the contract and executes it to the solicitors. That's the contract date. So with capital gains tax, this is something to think about if you need to and discuss with your accountant and financial advisor. And it can be a very, very important factor. And I had one recently where we had to do a deed of rescission and cancel that contract and do another one. So it can be something to really think about when you're doing your tax and you're selling properties. It is not the settlement date. So yes, discuss this with your financial advisor and if when is the best time to be selling that property in regards to tax. Next thing, homeowner's stamp duty concession. It's determined from the settlement date. So again, please discuss this with your accountant or financial advisor. The reason I mention this is if you buy a property as a homeowner, you pay a lower stamp duty. Homeowner's stamp duty concession. That's what it's called. Now, if you sell before the 12 months is up, before you've been living in that property for 12 months, say you've only lived there for 10 months and you sell it, you may need to pay back some of that stamp duty concession or essentially tax for selling it, for not living in there for the full 12 months. That's basically what that is. Now, next topic, solar panels. It is not a deal maker or a deal breaker. So if your intention is to install the solar panels for the sale, please don't, because there is no guarantee on return on investment, ROI. There's no guarantee, and it is very hard to quantify. And solar panels are not cheap. So just have a think about, are you doing this for yourself and are you planning to live in the property for a while? Or are you purely thinking about putting the solar panels in and you're looking at selling in the near future? It may not be a worthwhile venture or a financially viable option. Now, so if you are looking at selling or buying, or you'd like to have a chat about the market or get an equity check on your property, would love to chat with you, would love to help you out. Any questions, let me know. And if I can't help you out, I'll certainly refer you on to the appropriate person. Thank you so much.